All right, guys, welcome back to Live What You Love. I got Brandon with me here at the Outhouse in Waco, Texas. If you're in Central Texas, be sure to stop by. Real nice guys. Today, we're going to be looking and analyzing the new Mathews release. It's called the ARC. It comes in 30 inches and 34 inches. We'll give you some close-ups and talk about some of the details. We're going to do a general overview as well as some speed tests. We have a 70-pound bow right here. We've got a 350 grain arrow. That's 5 grains per pound of bow weight. So we can test IVO. We have the A mods in there. So that's 30, it's either 30 or 30 and a half draw. We're going to test that through the chronograph. What's your initial impression of this bow, Brian? What do you notice that's different from the Lift or Lift X?
Well, I think they took a step back.
Okay, what do you mean?
They went back to the weighted cams, or inertia weights, like they had in the older single cam bows like the Feather Max and such. They also put more angle back in the limbs, so it makes it where it's not a true parallel anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of a little more out.
Yeah, they're arced out a little bit more, so it won't bring them in beyond parallel as bad. So
you said they're arced out a little more?
Mm-hmm.
Did you need to do that? Arc?
Then arched,
yeah.
Angled, same thing.
Right.
You know what I mean.
So another difference is the SCS, so the Silent Connect system. That's integrated directly into the riser. If you look at this riser up close, here, I'm gonna come grab you so you can see, and Brandon will point out some of the differences. Okay. So if we're looking at this riser, one of the main things that sticks out to me is this part right here. It looks like there's way more machined out metal.
Well, it's about 1.5 inches bulkier from front to back right here, but they skeletonized it here to keep the lightweight.
Right.
So in a way, they're making it where it's a little stronger, but still keeping it light. As you mentioned before, the SCS is integrated into the riser now, instead of the additional bolt-on pieces. Yep. Where the Lift, you had to buy the piece actually separate, pull the sticker loose and bolt it in right here.
The Lift, you put it in on the top. And we point to where you put it in?
Right here.
Yeah. So that's the Lift.
Now, another thing you'll notice is the limb pockets.
Okay, what are we talking about?
They made it a little bit beefier here, so the metal's a little thicker here.
Okay.
And they made it a little bit thicker here.
Yeah.
But they also skeletonized it here.
Hang on, let me get a close-up on that one. Are you talking about the underside?
Right here on the side, where the Lift is a solid piece coming back. Even though it's still a solid limb pocket, because I don't know if you got enough light, but you can see down in here, it's still all one piece.
Yeah.
But they skeletonized it here to make it lighter for the mass that they added.
Definitely.
So I don't know how much that's going to help, but I can't see it hurting anything.
Okay.
So I think they skeletonized it to make up for the extra thickness that they added into it.
Okay, now bond grips and all that kind of stuff, do they still work on this?
Yes, all the bond grips still work on this riser.
Okay.
You still got the, I can't remember what all degrees, I know they got a 14.
It's like 17 and 14, I think.
Yeah, so all of those will still work. These are still shot sense compatible.
I think they don't put glue on the handles anymore. I think you can pull that handle right off, like right now. So, yeah, that's true. It's no longer a rumor. There is no sticky under there. So you could swap out your handle. If you want side plates, you can run whatever you want.
Yep. And like I said, it's still shot sense compatible, so you can pop this piece out and get the Mathews shot sense.
Okay. Okay, so tell me about these legs. Are these...
These legs are actually for the Lift.
Okay.
They made new legs for this model.
Yep.
But we tested it, and the Lift ones will fit on there and lock on the same way.
And those are the EXO legs, right?
Yes, the EXO legs, the Gauge EXO.
Okay.
The only thing is it's a little bit tippier than the Lift, but when you have them at the full forward lock, it's still pretty stable. I mean, you can take the bow all the way to here before it tries to go forward. It still tries to
go forward. I mean, you could put some front stabilizer weight.
Yeah, you can. I'd say a mid-length stabilizer, you'd be all right. Maybe a longer one, just not super heavy.
Gotcha.
But other than that,
what about the cams and the mods? What did we do having to do with that?
Okay, The new mods, these still use the SWX mods,
Okay.
but in 2026 we don't have them on this bow, but they actually have the SWX Z mods, which provide a smoother draw. It's kind of like a comfort mod.
Yep. And how?
So,
What's an easy way to remember that?
The Z at the end, like you snooze it.
Yep. Exactly.
You do sacrifice some speed with the Z mods. So
Yep.
we're not going to have the Z mods on this one while we're doing the testing. We want the maximum speed, maximum power.
Because we are testing again with
For
that
IBO.
arrow, that 350 grain. So we have the SWX on, not the SWXZ
Yes.
on.
Other than the weighted cams, it's not a whole lot different. The weighted cams, a little difference in pitch here,
Right.
and the heavier or the more structurally built riser, in my opinion. It is a little bulkier, so people won't like that,
Right.
but
They still got the balancer.
it's still
Right
got the harmonic dampener up front. They're saying this bow will do 348 on IBO.
We're gonna test that.
Yeah, we're gonna find
Again,
that out here in a little
right
bit.
here.
But other than that, I think it's a well-built bow, but I do think they took a step back to their old playbooks with the angle of the limbs
Yep.
and the weighted cams.
I mean, if it shoots anywhere close to 348 and it feels good on the draw, so in just a second we're gonna step down here to the actual range, and both of us are gonna pull this bow back and give our first impressions of the draw cycle, and then we're gonna take a couple shots. Yeah, we're just gonna give you the overall first impression of the bow as we're shooting it, and then after that, obviously, we'll do the IBO stuff.
Now on our IBO stuff, we will lose a little bit of speed because we went ahead and put a string loop in here.
Right.
That string loop's gonna kill probably,
Like 1 to 2.
nah, it's gonna be more like 5 to 6.
You think it's that much?
Yes.
The peat, I did one a little bit ago with the peat, and the peat makes a huge difference.
Yeah, because it's got a large area that it's catching the wind and slowing
Right,
the string down.
right.
But you gotta look at the fact that you got 2 knots and
Yep.
the tail dragging.
Yeah.
So that's gonna slow it down. Maybe not as much as a peep sight would, but it will slow it down.
Okay, so I say first thing, before we go down there, let's measure the weight of the 2 arrows that we're gonna be shooting. So that way, we just know them for frame of reference. And I'm gonna come around and grab you guys, he's gonna measure.
All right, we're gonna turn it on and get our zero out.
Yeah, let me see, right there, I can see.
There it goes.
Yep, 0.
You can see we're zeroed out.
It's in grains, and he's doing,
This should be,
you see with the white fletchings, that's the
Yes.
350 grain one. Should be right around 350 grains. Move back a little bit more. 350. It's kind of varying because of the wind, but it is 350. 349.9. Okay, you guys get the point. Let's do the other arrow that we're going to be testing.
this arrow is more like the weight you would use when you're hunting.
Okay.
It's not set to a specific length or a specific weight so you can test speeds.
Right,
This
right.
is more of your hunting ready.
It's just more practical.
Yes.
Okay, we got 432. That's the lowest I'm seeing. The wind, I know for a fact these weigh 432. The wind is adding a couple grains, but just trust us, it's 432. Okay, what we're gonna do now, just first thing, we're gonna pull it back. We're gonna kind of do it all at once. We're gonna feel how it feels on the draw, and then obviously we're gonna shoot it through the chrono, so we'll get to feel how dead in hand it is. If there's any reverberation or anything like that, we'll convey that to you guys. But we'll also, the third thing that we'll get is a chrono number. We're starting out with, you want to start hunting or like the practical arrow, or do you want to start just straight 350 grains?
Let's go with a hunting arrow because that's going to give you less vibration
Okay.
throughout a bow.
So just so that we get a kind of a fairer representation of the vibration, we're going to use a hunting arrow because that arrow is going to stay on the string for longer, so it's going to absorb more of that energy from the bow. So it will feel more dead in hand. So it's kind of giving the bow more of a chance to feel good to us. AC turned off. Okay, here's the first draw.
A little aggressive at the back.
Fast speed.
318.
That's moving. Okay, so it's 318 on the chrono. I know you guys are, y'all always think I'm faking it unless I show you, so just a sec. So 318, you guys see that? That's with a 432 grain arrow. How'd it feel, man?
Felt all right. The draw was a little aggressive at the last couple inches of it.
Like last 4 to 5?
Yeah, I'm gonna say last 5 inches or so before
Okay.
it broke over.
But it feels easy at the beginning or what?
It's pretty smooth coming up to about 75% of your draw cycle.
Okay.
And then it starts to get aggressive, and then it's real aggressive.
Okay.
Right there at the last, say 10%.
And you were just trying to smooth draw it just so you could get the feel.
Just to see how it felt pulled.
Okay. Which
now,
one? Now we're doing 350 grains.
the hot rod arrow.
Ooh, that was loud, dude. No way! It beat IBO. IBO for this boat
It's 348.
is 348. Okay, so I know you guys in the comments y'all are gonna go off, but claiming 348 and then shooting 350, that arrow weighs exactly 350 grains. The only thing that you could argue about is that we have A mods on, and the draw length range, it goes to 30 and a half. So we have an extra half inch that's helping us. But still, to beat, just assuming that half inch isn't.
I think you need to bring it over and show them.
You want to see?
Yeah.
All right.
That way it's real time.
That's mad. That is mad. 350.
It's the fastest Mathews bow I've shot.
That's the fastest Mathews bow they've made, I think. So he's being a gentleman, or a gent. He's getting the arrows out because that thing's, I mean, you guys heard the noise of the impact. That's a lot of energy, a lot of kinetic energy, just slamming into there. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna start with the hunting arrow, draw it back. I'll give you my feedback. I'll let it loose. Let's see.
Surprisingly enough, it was still smooth, even with the light arrow. Oh, no.
Not very much reverberation.
Nope.
So it does a good job canceling.
Yes, it does.
That's freaking awesome. So this is 432 grains. First time drawing the bow back. See what she does. How she feels. Yeah, it's okay. Let me shoot. It's very, very easy until that last little bit, probably last 4 inches. You can feel you have to increase in force just a little bit. That shot 319 with a 432 grain arrow. That is moving. Let's go straight for the next one. So now we're shooting the 350 grain arrow. This is for IBO, so 70 pounds, 30 inch draw. It's actually 30 and a half inch draw, so we have a half inch advantage towards it. But let's see how she does.
We had to do the 30 and a half because we're all too long a draw for it.
That is 351. Well, let's show them a close up. Yep. And then just kind of zoom in just a little bit. Right here. 351 for the Mathews ARC at 70 pounds. Fastest Mathews bow I've ever shot by a long shot. The advertised IBO for this bow is 348. So the fact that he got 350, I got 351, that's incredible. And the bow feels super dead in hand, and he's right. I didn't feel any difference between 432 grain and the 400 grain. That's a crazy bow. I'm a fan of the ARC. What do you think?
Yeah.
You think they?
I like
so,
it. So this.
Wait. So first impressions, you said they took a step back. You think it's kind of hard to argue that they took some steps forward.
Well, I mean, back then that was the technology that actually put them up on top.
Right.
So.
They're doing something right.
If it works, go back to it.
Yep. That's all we have to say about it. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Got some useful information about it. Always remember, live what you love.